have a case right now. I got a young lady who's hit by a tractor trailer truck, rear end accident, and she has hundreds of thousands in medical bills, surgery. She's young, no problems in the past, and they don't want to pay. They offer this very, very low number, and I'm just so shocked at it. And there's just certain companies right now that are being very bold. Yeah, and so it's lawyers like us. We got to take these companies to task and hold them accountable. Yeah. I'm someone that prefers getting things resolved. You know what I mean? Like, I would prefer if everything would just be fair, and if not, then I gotta put my suit on and I gotta go into court.
What's interesting, this is great, and I love this, just back and forth. What you're saying about guys like you, lawyers like you, have to suit up and go in and fight for these people. And I always I'm an advocate too. In a lot of ways, I'm an advocate for you guys, because I know before I was in this business, people were like, oh, lawyers, that lawyers are bad. And, no, lawyers are good. Yeah, there's 1, 2, whatever. There's always going to be
some bad people, bad apples in the bunch.
But for lawyers, we would have clean air. Yeah. We would have exploding Pintos, cars for
you wouldn't have checklists at hospitals to make sure they don't leave instruments inside you.
Correct. All these things that protect us, healthy food, just so many things that when if you leave it to corporate America, it's about the bottom line. It's about the dollar. We would not be in good shape. There'd be a lot of bad things going on. And it's guys like you that go in and fight the good fight that have made the rules and laws that protect us as Americans. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, we act as the checks and balances, Yeah. And I'm all about capitalism, all about companies, I'm all about business. I'm pro-business, very pro-business. I run a business, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if a business oversteps, or if a business is causing harm to people, or if someone makes a mistake, they should be responsible and pay their share. That's what I guess running a business, it's
Absolutely.
Part of it,
Absolutely.
So tell me more about the podcast. I mean, you've been inviting a lot of different people on there, and who are what type of lawyers do you work with? I mean, with the Broward Bar, you work with everybody, right? Across the board. You are probably the most tuned in with more lawyers and judges than anyone I know.
Yeah. I mean, we work with every type of lawyer you could think of. Obviously, we work with a lot of trial lawyers, litigators like yourself, but family lawyers, divorce, handling children matters, probate, wills and trust people, workers' comp people that kind of abuts to what you guys do a little bit. And we actually, there is one other podcast at the bar, and it's cool. We support our workers' comp people, and the two chairs periodically do a workers' comp thing, like a case law update and stuff, which is kind of neat.
Sure.
Those are administrative judges, different from the judges that we have. They're appointed, I believe, by the governor, versus being a circuit or a county judge. You actually have to, you could get appointed through, J&C process, but you're supposed to get elected.
Got it.
And then you've got to run again anyhow and protect your seat. So it's a different kind of jam. Immigration, you name it. We have all kinds of lawyers at the Broward County Bar.
When is the next convention? Because I know you're totally in charge of managing, putting together that. You have your whole team. The board, I think, works together. When's the convention? Because I always, for some reason, I try to make it and then.
Yeah. So there's a couple things going on. So if you mean the gala or
I think isn't the Broward Bar convention that we had? That's
so here's what's
we stopped
going on.
doing it.
Yeah, and I'll explain to you.
Go ahead. Give everyone the update. I want to know what's going on with it.
So what we do now is focus on each trial area or each practice area.
Okay.
And we give them a half day or full day conference, because the big bench and bar convention was a huge lift. I had to have multiple staff on it working for 6 months in advance. And to be honest, it was a money loser for us.
Yeah, sure.
So this way we're trying to be too much to everyone at one time. And one day you're doing 10, 15 tracks and
not good.
Not good. So for instance, on May 2nd, and we just put that out, we'll have our second annual Trial Lawyer Symposium.
Oh, really?
So, and Brent Reitman and Jim Howitzer are chairing that.
Okay.
So you should come to that.
I'll go, yeah.
and maybe in the future we'd love for you to be a panelist on that.